If you're trying to find the best countries to pursue a master's degree abroad, then you've landed on the right video. If you watch this video, you're going to save yourself months of time that you'll be spending on research, and I'll also evaluate the hiring opportunities in different sectors across these countries so that you get great return on your investment. Stay tuned. Alright, so in no particular order, let us start with the countries which will give you great career opportunities if you go and pursue a master's degree. Number one on this list is the USA. Now, if you are pursuing a STEM degree, which is a science, technology, engineering or mathematics designated degree, then the USA visa norms allow you a 3-year stayback period on your student visa where you can work without any questions asked. Now, pretty much every student who does a STEM master's degree ends up working in the US for at least 3 years. Now, beyond these 3 years, of course, your company that has hired you will have to apply for what is known as the H1B Visa. The H1B Visa is a lottery system. Your name goes into the lottery once every year, which means it goes into the lottery 3 times. If you're picked even once, you can stay back as long as you hold down a job. Now, of course, there's an element of luck that is in play here, but there is a greater chance that your H1B will be picked. The big advantage of the US is that the starting salaries are incredibly high, perhaps the highest all over the world. Also, the job opportunities across sectors is unmatched. If anybody is telling you that there are more jobs in some other country apart from the USA, then they're lying, because the USA is simply the largest economy in the world and it sees unmatched demand for foreign graduates because the jobs aren't filled up by local candidates. Of course, tuition fee in the US is also the highest in the world, but you will be making back what you spend and therefore your career will be going great guns. Also consider the fact that the biggest tech companies are in the US. All the major decisions for these tech companies are taken out of US offices. Therefore, your scope for growth as a professional is also the highest in the US. That's the reason why so many Indian students and students from across the world throng the US throughout the years. Number 2 is a very underrated destination. The Netherlands is a booming job destination in the tech sector and in the startup space. The number of jobs in Europe is among the strongest, maybe with the exception of Germany. And also there's not too much of a language barrier because the Netherlands is largely English speaking. You have some really great universities there as well, which will give you a great quality of education. Now, in the Netherlands, you're allowed to stay back and look for a job 12 months after you graduate from the program. If you get that job, your employer will apply for a work permit and then you can stay as long as you hold down the job. Cost of education in the Netherlands is significantly cheaper than the US, but the starting salaries are also going to be lower. But if you have an apples to apples comparison, your return on investment is still solid. The Netherlands, therefore, for a lot of courses is a great destination, especially for those of you looking at tech courses and even MBAs. Now we are moving on to a destination that is incredibly popular at this point in time, and that is Canada. Canada has some of the most easiest PR or permanent residency paths available for students who are pursuing a master's degree. Therefore, your ability to stay back in the country for an extended period of time without any trouble is unquestionable in Canada. It's going to make you quite comfortable. The job opportunities in areas and degrees such as computer science, data science, analytics, finance and business are also fairly good, but they're not uniform across the board. I've seen core mechanical engineering and chemical engineering grads, for instance, struggle. Also, you have to make sure that you're going to a well-reputed university in Canada so that your job search doesn't become a struggle. You also want to be around major cities such as Montreal, Toronto and Vancouver if you want to make your job search that much easier. So Canada can be a great destination if you want to do a master's abroad, but you need to evaluate your options critically. If you want any help with that, you can schedule a free consultation call with us using the link in the description. Now we are moving along at a super speed to number 4, but before we do that, you can type in the comments what your choice of destination is for a degree abroad and we'll tell you if you're making the right choice. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm sure you're planning to do a master's abroad. You should know by now that we are doing a comprehensive video series on everything you need to know about the master's application process. You can catch that playlist, which will be your best friend throughout your process, by clicking on the link right here. Number 4 is France. France has been a popular destination for a lot of students who want to do finance or business degrees. It is also a great area for marketing, finance and consulting roles. France has some of the finest B schools in the world as well, and that certainly helps. Now, for technical courses, it may not be the best, with the Netherlands and the US being better destinations, but it is certainly a destination you can evaluate. France offers a 2-year stayback period after your master's degree where you can stay back and look for a job. Now, while you're looking for this job, you can also work part-time to sustain yourself. As usual, if you get a job, then your company will sponsor a work permit and then you're pretty safe. Keep in mind, however, that in France, even though the medium of instruction is English in a lot of cases, you will need to learn conversational French and be pretty good at it in order to socialize and network. Otherwise, things can get a little difficult. Also, like I mentioned earlier, job opportunities across sectors are not uniform. Certain sectors do better than certain others. Moving on to number 5 now, and we have another very popular destination, which is Germany. Now, Germany, the cost of education is very, very low. In fact, for public universities, it is practically free. It can be a very, very tempting destination, especially for people who want to get into mechanical engineering, automotive engineering, or anything tech related. Even business and finance grads do reasonably well. However, keep in mind that getting admission into Germany is very, very competitive and very GPA focused. Therefore, if you have an academically strong profile, you can target Germany without doubt. But don't make this mistake with Germany. A lot of students go to Germany without learning the German language because once again, the medium of instruction at their university says English. However, if you are applying for jobs in Germany, your cover letters have to be in German. You might have to interview in German, and you will definitely have to network and socialize in German, which is a large part of your job search. Therefore, if you're not going in with decent levels of German proficiency, you will struggle with the job search. I would recommend you get at least B1 or B2 level proficiency before you embark onto the university, and you can get further German proficiency while you're enrolled in your courses. Now I'm moving on to the next country, which is Ireland. Now, Ireland has a booming tech economy, and it also has a 12-month stay back period where you can stay back and look for jobs. I've seen a lot of graduates who've gone into Ireland for tech management and pure management degrees who've done very, very well in terms of their job search. Now, cost of education is cheaper, the starting salaries are also cheaper, but just like I mentioned for the Netherlands, you get what you pay for. Ireland is also a pretty good destination for you to consider. Now, of course, which country you choose among these really depends on your profile and the kind of degrees you're applying for. Maybe for certain courses, the US may be the best, whereas for certain other courses, France may be better. For certain budgets and objectives, you might want to go to Europe, whereas for others, maybe Canada is the better choice. So there is no black and white here. There's a lot of factors you have to consider. I've laid before you all the facts. If you have any further queries, you can always reach out to us or me, and we'd be happy to help you out. If you found this video useful, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. There is going to be more such unbiased, accurate, and fantastic information coming your way.